Okay, in this video, we'll discuss this question from current electricity chapter, which is taken from 200 puzzles. So actually in 200 puzzles, 4-dimensional cube was given. I have just extended it to an n-dimensional cube to get a more generalized formula, which will work for any n value. So first I'll go through the question, what they're asking us. So consider an n-dimensional hypercube where each edge consists of a resistor with resistance capital R. So we have to find the equivalent resistance between two diametrically opposite vertices. Okay, indirectly the main body diagonal we have to find the R equivalent. So this is very standard question which you'll see in every book, but only for a 3D cube it is given in all the books. So we'll try to do for a n-dimensional cube. So we'll also try to understand what is an n-dimensional hypercube, how it looks for this particular question. Okay. Before going to the solution, we have to know some prerequisites from permutations and combinations in math. Very basic one, most of the students will be aware of this, but just I'm teaching it one more time. So if you have an n objects, if you're picking k objects from it, without worrying about in what order you're picking, the number of ways you can pick is nck. Okay. And this formula will be n factorial by k factorial into n minus k factorial. Okay, most of the students will be aware of this formula. It is just number of ways you'll pick the object. If the order of picking is not necessary. Now, we'll do this question. Before directly jumping it into n-dimensional cube, first we'll see how things will work out for 1D cube, 2D cube and 3D cube. Then we'll apply it for the higher dimension. We'll see the pattern first. Okay, so usually 1-dimensional cube is nothing but just a line. Okay, this is called as 1D cube. Okay, slowly you'll understand why I'm calling this as 1D cube also in the solution part. So here you have started, here you have ended. So this one I have named it as k is equal to 0. Here k is just a layer number. Okay, at what layer I am starting, I am writing. This one is first layer, this is 0th layer, this is a first layer, and just this is a 1-dimensional, so I just give one coordinate for it or a vertex. Okay, 0 and this is 1. Okay, from 0 to 1 it changed. So now directly we can tell R equivalent for this as R. We have two layers. Between those two layers, one resistor is there. So this layer is one potential, this layer is one potential, this is only input, this is output, this is R equivalent. Now we'll see how to construct a 2D cube. 2D cube will be square. The construction of this is very interesting. You just take a straight line, move it up. This one is here. Now just join the path in which the vertices went. The shape that forms is 2D cube. Okay. So for this we have 4 vertices, and if I take this as input, this as output. Now 2 coordinates are required to name the vertices. Okay, so this one I named 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. Here if you observe, from the starting layer, if you take one step, you'll reach this point, and in this direction if you take one step, you'll reach this point. And these two will have exactly the same potential because of the symmetry. So if you are at equidistance from the starting point, potentials will be same. So from here to here potential, from here to here potential, drop will be exactly same. So these two are equipotential points. Here one more observation you can make, and this is 2 steps from the starting point in any direction. So this is some different potential. So this is one potential layer. These two are one potential layer, this is one more potential layer. And if you observe, in this potential layer both are zeros, in this potential layer both are ones. In this potential layer if you observe, this one has 1 in it, this one also has 1 in it. So if number of ones in coordinate are equal, they will definitely have equal potential in this particular case, in case of cubes, and given that the cube is symmetric. So here This point I have kept here, and these two equipotential points, the blue ones, are these two nodes I have mixed because they are anyway same potential, and this one we have kept at the last. So if you observe, two edges and two edges, okay. And one more thing you have to observe here, uh, from 0 to 1, two edges came. Okay, you can also treat it like this. In zeroth layer, all are zeros. In first layer, only one is zero. So if you want to go from this layer to the next layer, this zero can become one, or this zero can become one. So if you count number of zeros, that many edges will be there from one layer to the next layer. So we'll try to apply these logics for a cube as well once. So if you take a cube, this is a 3D cube. Again, construction is very interesting. You take a square, you just move it. The square is shifted here. Now join the vertices, then cube forms. Okay? From 1D, if you move this and then join the vertices, 2D formed. Now you take this 2D, move this and join the vertices, 3D cube formed. By this, you would have understood how to construct a 4D also. Take this cube, move it, and join all the 8 vertices that you are seeing. You'll get a 4D cube. If you want a 5D cube, all the things that you saw now, you have to move it one more time and join all the vertices. Okay. So this is how the process continues. As the n value increases, this becomes very complicated. So we should take help of math now. So for 3D cube, we'll try to analyze. Here, this is the input one, 0, 0, 0. From here, this is one step ahead, this is one step, this is one step away. So all these three will have exactly the same potential. And if you see carefully, in this also only one is there, in this also only one is there, in this also only one is there. So from 0th layer to first layer, in number of ways you are, in how many ways you are able to go? 3, which is exactly equal to number of zeros in the layer. Okay. Now, this is one step away. Next, you can make two of them one. Okay, these two are one. For this, two ones are there. For this, two ones are there. So these three are again equipotential points. So these are two steps away. Now, if you observe from this, in how many ways you can go to the next layer? 2 ways. Because if you make this 0, 1, you'll reach here. If you make this 0, 1, you'll reach here. So if you have two zeros in this, you can reach the next layer in 2 ways. And here, how many zeros are there? 1. So you can reach the next layer in only one way. This one also can reach only in one way. This can also reach in only one way. So number of zeros in a layer is telling you in how many ways you can go to the next layer. Okay, and number of ones are telling you in which layer you are there from the starting. Okay, so keep this in mind. So the equivalent layer edge diagram I have drawn. So this is all zeros layer is here. Next layer, which has single one, I have kept here. So there are 3 things with the single ones. Okay, a number of edges that are possible are 3, because 3 zeros, one of them should become 1. Now, already 3 points are there. Each one has 2 edges. So total 3 nodes are there. Each one has 2. So total 6 edges are possible to reach the next layer. Okay, just number of zeros is the number of ways you can go to the next layer. And from here again, each one has only 1 0. So this one can reach to the next layer in one step. This one also can reach to the next layer in only one way. This also can reach to the next layer in only one way. So you have 3 more edges again. So all these 3, if I take this is r by 3, r by 6, r by 3. So you got r equivalent as 5 by 6r. Now we'll go to the next part. Slowly we'll introduce permutations now, because things are going to get complicated when we go to 4D. Now you started with this point. Okay, this is the input. So from here, in how many ways you can go to the next point? 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so 0th layer. In the next thing, you can go it in 4 ways. So you have 4 edges to 4 nodes. And if you observe, this is all zeros. 0, 0, 0, 0. 4 zeros will be there for this coordinate. And for this one, as you have made one step, one of them should become 1. So it will have 1 1 and 3 zeros. If it has to go to the next layer, each one can go in 3 different ways. Like this, how many are there? 4 are there. So each node has 3 different possibilities to go to the next layer. So for 4 nodes, it will be 4 into 3. So there are 12 edges that are leading to the next edge. Okay. Now, if in the next layer, 2 ones should be there. So total in n, you have to have 2 nodes. So this will be nc2. Okay, this was nc1. Only one should become 1. Okay, here nc1, here nc2, this is nc3. Okay, and this one, if you observe, it is just number of nodes into how many zeros are there. So nc1 into number of zeros are n minus k. Okay, or n minus or nc1 into uh, n minus 1 here, because n minus 1 are there. So we'll see the R equivalent for this one now. So you have 4 edges, R by 4, 12 edges, R by 12, 12 edges, R by 12, 4 edges, R by 4. All add their in series. So you got 2 by 3 R. So I hope you understood the logic till now. This all zeros one has 4 ways to go. So that's why from first layer to second layer you have 4 edges. So that became R by 4. From here to here you have 12 ways to go, because each so if you take one of this, it can be 1 comma 0 comma 0 comma 0. Either if this becomes 1, it will go to 1 point. If this becomes 1, it will go to 1 point. If this becomes 1, it will go to 1 point. So total there are 3 possibilities from each. Like this, 4 are there. That's where 12 came. Okay. So now this one is 2 ones should be there. You have 4 empty columns. In this, you want 2 of them to become 1. So this will be 4c2 definitely. So 4c2, and how many zeros are there here in this coordinate? Just 2. So from each one, 2 are there. So total 6, 6 into 2, it became 12. Now we'll apply this logic for our n dimensional hypercube. So now first we have to see number of vertices in each layer. That is simply nck. If you count number of ones, that is only number of vertices in that layer. So this is simply nck. Okay. Next, we have to count how many edges are there between the layers. So in 3D cube also, when you saw, it was just this number into number of zeros, and how many zeros will be there in each layer, or from k to k plus 1th layer, it is n minus k. Okay, because k was the number of ones that we are taking. Okay, k is number of ones, n minus k is number of zeros, nck is the number of nodes that are present. So these are the number of edges that are present from k to k plus 1 layer, and all these things are going to be parallel. And this one I have simplified a little bit with some by using nck formula, n factorial by k factorial into n minus k factorial. So with some small rearrangement, I got this n into n minus 1 ck. Now I'll apply this. Now number of edges between the layers we got, and we know that these are going to be parallel. Okay. So resistance value in the kth layer between k to k plus 1 is r by this value, the number of edges value. So that I have substituted. Now like this, all are parallel only. So I'm just sorry, these are all parallel, that's why by came. Now all these k to k plus 1 things are there. Now all this are in series. So I have just added by varying k from 0 to n minus 1. So this is the generalized formula for a n dimensional cube.